Are we on?
Yep,
Is this thing on?
we're good.
We're good. I don't know about that freaking lighting because that's kind of freaking weird. But hey, you guys, the chat is waiting for new messages. Okay, so I hope you guys are in here. Can you guys type something? Let me know that somebody's there. All right, so here we go. It's 5 o'clock. It's freaking beautiful, wonderful, awesome Tuesday, 5 p.m. in beautiful, wonderful Southern California and Fullerton. Hey, King Alex, what's good, brother? Matthew, hey. Shelly, hello, everybody. Hey, okay, so welcome to the Sober Spot. My name is Danny Lansdale, and I am an alcoholic, an addict, and lots of other things. And I have a sobriety, clean, recovery, abstinent day of January 2nd, 2012. So that means that I have 14 freaking years into this thing. 14 years, which is fucking just crazy. You know, when I get 25 years, that's about the time, that's about how long, let's see, 25, let's see, no, 10, 20, 30, no, I got, why do I say 25 years I used? No, I started using it like 13, 12, 13. So 12 to 42, that's 30 years. 30 years of drugs and alcohol. 30 years of drugs and alcohol. That's what I did the majority of my life because I like to party. I like to get screwed up. I like to freaking I did not like the way I felt sober. I didn't like the way I felt normal. So I would continue to use drugs and continue smoking weed, eating acid, doing ecstasy, weirdo stuff for just years and years. And I've also spent 15 years of my life in prison, which in prison, I did lots of drugs in prison too, and in jails. You know, whenever something would come in because it flows all around in there. So, yeah, a little bit about me is yep, I have that sobriety date. I got 14 years in this thing. I've done 10 rehabs. I've done like 20 detoxes. You know, 10 for sure of like the 90-day programs, and I just could not figure it out. Because the thing is, I thought that if I just stay sober, I'm supposed to be amazing. I figured out that, like, you know, if I just stop using and drinking, because the using and the drinking was the problem. And it turns out that using and the drinking wasn't the problem. I was the problem. You know, my sponsor this time around, he told me, you know, Danny, you have two problems. That's it. One is drugs and alcohol. When you do that shit, it is a major problem. And he said, your other problem is when you quit using and drinking. That is a problem. Yeah. Because whenever I quit using and drinking, I could not stay stopped. I could not stay stopped. I could not stay off the shit. I kept, you know what I mean? I would be bored, restless, irritable, discontent. I just did not feel right, and I miss partying. I missed doing drugs. I missed drinking. I missed it very much, and I would always just try to do a little bit. You know what I mean? I would try just doing a line, just having a beer, just smoking a joint, just doing a bong rip. And I would always go back to doing that stuff, and eventually I had to learn the hard way that as soon as I smoke weed, at some point it's going to get bad. As soon as I drink a beer, at some point, because it will always end in pitiful and incomprehensible demoralization. Always going back to prison, always going back to jail, always not paying my rent, always losing a car, always losing a relationship, always losing, just lose, 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 lose. But the weird screwed up thing is sometimes I kept it together for like 3 months. Sometimes I kept it together for like a year. Sometimes I kept it together for like 6 months. But I could not keep my shit together, and I could not stay off the shit. I kept using and I kept drinking. And it screwed me up. Bad. So, a little thing also is I got 2 disclaimers. One, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I don't know if the 12 steps or this recovery way of life is the most badass thing ever created in the history of. I don't know that it's the only way to recover, the only way to find salvation, nirvana, peace, happiness, joy, freedom. I don't know. But I know that this way of recovering is a badass way. And then also it turns out that the principles in those steps, those principles are the same principles that people that are happy and joyous and free live by. They might not be an alcoholic. They might not be an addict. They might just be, somebody that's just, drugs was never their problem. But their problem was worry, fear, negativity, shame, guilt. All these things was the problem. And you know where all that stuff lives? On the inside. It's not the outside. We're so busy trying to fix the outside that we're not paying attention to the inside. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. No matter how pretty you fix the outside, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many careers you have, no matter how many babies you have, if you're not stoked on life, none of that outside shit is going to fix it. It's not. It's not. It's an inside job. You're actually creating this life from the inside based upon what you feel, what you think, and what you do. These energies that are flowing inside of you are creating your outside reality. Did I share with you guys did I share with them last week about the hummingbird feeder and the neighbors?
Oh, no.
And the pink flamingos? I didn't do that one? Okay. So we're talking about the inside, right? Oh, real quick. I'll never say AA is the only way, and I don't know everything. I don't. I just, I'll give you my own personal experience, because that's the only thing that I really know is my personal experience and what I've done to achieve a life where I don't want to drink. I don't want to use. I don't want to smoke a joint. I don't want to do nothing. I feel better like this than drugs and heroin. I feel better because I feel solid. Like dependable, reliable, honorable, you know what I mean? I feel solid. I embrace life and it looks pretty freaking good to me now. Where before it didn't look good. Before life was so hard. People sucked so bad. I didn't get my way, What was that? Okay. So, anyway, where was I? Talking about the inside job. Okay, so here's something. And I really want you guys to really pay attention to this. Okay? I'm going to show you the meaning of life. I'm going to show you what it really is, what this reality really is right now. Okay, here we go. The whole goal of life is to have an open heart. To where when your heart is open and the energy is flowing and you feel confident, strong, loving, ambitious, brave, courageous, just at peace, serenity, you're enjoying life. Having your heart opens and you feel that way. Heart closed and it sucks. And we constantly do this all throughout the day. Open, close. I don't like you, closed heart. I don't like what she said, closed heart. I'm going to talk shit for an hour on my mom or my brother or my sister or my dad, closed heart, closed heart, closed heart. I don't like the way that smells, closed heart. I don't like the way that is, closed heart. And we do it all day long. I don't like the way that person's driving, closed heart. Every time you're angry, irritated, frustrated, worrying, in doubt or insecure or questioning, every time you're shitty, you close your heart. Okay? Open heart, love and abundance. Closed heart, fear and insecurities. Okay? All right. So now check this out. If I have an open heart, if my heart's open and I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what a great day, and I get a cup of coffee and I walk outside, and then I look over there and I see this hummingbird. And this hummingbird comes flying down, and we got a hummingbird feeder out there, and the hummingbird feeder is getting his little nectar, and he's like, and I'm flying around. I'm looking at that hummingbird. I'm like, oh, look at that little cute fucker. I'm going to name you Brian. And hey, Brian, what's up, dude? And he's just floating, and I'm like, what a freaking badass little bird, right? And then he flies away, and I'm like, I wonder where he's going. Maybe he's got babies or something, right? And then I look over at my neighbor's yard, right? And I look at my neighbor's yard, and she put out pink flamingos out there, those plastic pink flamingos, and I'm like, oh my God, look at that. I go, that probably reminds her of her grandma or something, and look at those little things out there. She was probably put them out there and looked back at them and like, yes, they look good. And I go, that's so badass, that's so funny. And then I look over and I see this little squirrel. And this little squirrel comes hopping along, and I got like a little squirrel house, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any nuts for the little squirrel. What's up, buddy? And then he's bouncing around, and then he climbs up the tree, and I'm like, look at that little fucker. I go, that thing, this is like the Nature Channel right now. And I just, get stoked on that. And then I look over at the sunrise, and the sun's rising. And it's all these colors and all these pinks and oranges and reds, and it's just coming over the mountain. And I'm like, look at that beauty. Today is a brand new badass day. I go, look at how beautiful that fricker is. I almost get choked up. It's a brand new day that I get to experience. How rad is that? What a great morning. Okay, so that's all examples if my heart is open. Okay, now let's take it the other way. Heart closed. Heart closed. Get up in the morning, get a cup of coffee. And then I look over and I see this hummingbird. And then I look closely at this freaking hummingbird, and this hummingbird is like taking little poops on the hummingbird feeder. And I'm like, that's disgusting. Look at that. Oh my God, I gotta get rid of that hummingbird feeder. Like, all that just crapping all over the freaking place. Well, that's gross. It flies away. Yeah, get out of here. And then I look over at my neighbor's yard, and I see this freaking dumbass trash in the front yard. What is that plastic flipping? How stupid is this? That's trailer park trash. Why would you put that shit out there? God, it's dumb. And then I look over and I see this squirrel come hopping along. I'm like, you know what? Look at that. You know what those things carry? Those things carry diseases. Those things are like vermin. They're like rats, and they carry disease. And they freaking bite. Get out of here, squirrel. Diseased fucker. And then I go over to the sunrise, and I see all these colors. And I go, you know why? You know why the sunrise looks like that? Because of smog. We have so much smog in the atmosphere that it makes it fucking, the sun can't even get through, and it makes it look like all those colors. We got smog. Maybe if we got rid of the smog, we would have a natural sunrise. Now the deal is this. Is it the hummingbird that opened my heart in the morning? Is it the hummingbird that closed my heart because he's taking little poops? Is it my neighbor's pink flamingos out there that's closing my heart and making me pissed off at the garbage out there? Is it the pink flamingos that are opening my heart and making me like, oh my God, those things are so cool? Is it the squirrel that closed my heart because he's carrying full of diseases? Or is it the squirrel that opened my heart, see him bouncing around and climbing up a tree? Is it the sunrise, the beautiful, amazing sunrise that opened my heart and made me appreciate it so much? Or is it the sunrise that closed my heart and made me look at that thing like it's a smoggy, disgusting environmental mess? What is it? It's me. I am closing my heart. I woke up angry about something. My heart is closed. and I see a bunch of shit everywhere. I did that. I opened my heart because I just filled myself with gratitude, and I did just the joy of breathing and my heart beat, and I walked outside, and what a glorious, beautiful life. You don't see the world as it actually is. You see the world how you are. If you're shitty, everything looks shitty. If you're happy, everything looks happy. You can go through massive amounts of adversity, working out hard, putting your muscles to it, and you can be grateful for it. You can also go and put your muscles to it and hate it. And hate it, and hate the gym and never want to go ever again. It's you that's doing it. But the problem is this. You are allowing the world to work your heart. If something comes cool into my life, like some money or something, then my heart opens. Yay! If I get money took from me, then my heart closes. If somebody's kind to me, then my heart opens. If somebody's mean to me, then my heart closes. If I get fired from a job, then my heart closes. Everybody sucks. If I get this new high-paying job, then my heart opens. You're allowing the world to control your heart. Fuck that. It is your heart. You learn how to open and close it on. You do that. But that's not what the world teaches us. The world teaches us property, money, and prestige is going to open our hearts. And then also when those things go, it closes our hearts. See, we have given the world, people, places, and things control over us. Does money, like a stack of money, does it have magical properties of energy that flow into my heart and make it open? No, it's some fucking paper money. Does that money have power to freaking close my heart if it gets taken from me? It has some magical energy? But that's what we also do with people. You let people open and close your heart? Really? People change all the time. People are shitty one moment, happy one moment, nice one moment, angry the next moment. They'll be nice to you. They'll be mean to you. And so, yeah, let the world control your freaking heart. Let the world have control over you. And then keep controlling the freaking world so it's in a perfect thing so that your heart opens only because I have pillows all around me. I'm so protected. I'm so, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. See, you don't know how to, people don't know how to operate their vehicle. It's your heart. Learn how to make it open on your own. Learn, I'm going to open my heart and fill myself with gratitude and love. I'm going to let that energy go. So now I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, I remember this book. This book's a good book. This is Refuge for Recovery. I like this dude, Noah Levine. He's pretty cool, you know? And then my heart's open, so I see cool shit. You know, I see, oh, look at this is fucking the smartest things ever said. Like, look at my heart's open. I love this book. You know, cool shit like that. Or I could sit here and think about a financial failure or somebody that hurt me or somebody that doesn't like me, and I could get defensive, and then I can't see any of this cool shit. You don't see the world as it actually is. You see the world how you are. You want to see a beautiful world? Open your heart. Stop torturing yourself. Recognize when you're being negative. In the program, we have these tools that we use, okay? In the program, we have these tools. This is a recovery program, and it's the same fucking tools that fucking happy people use. So these tools, like step 6 and 7. Step 6 and 7 says, I am going to ask for my character defects and my shortcomings to be taken from me. I'm going to surrender them. I'm going to give those things up. I'm going to recognize when I'm shitty in the day. And then if I'm blaming you for the way that I fucking feel, then then I'm angry and I'm blaming you for my anger. So I can't do nothing about it. I'm just going to sit here and be angry and have to wait for you to change so that I won't be angry anymore. But then you recognize it's anger in my heart. It ain't you that's making me angry. It's me that's making me angry. It's not you that's irritating me. It's me irritating me. It's not my car, my money, my situation, my friends, my relationship. It's not, they're not irritating me. It's me irritating me. And then that is so much freaking you. If you do that and recognize that it's you fucking yourself up, then you can take responsibility and learn how to shift that negative shit so you get to see things more positive. Or continue to play the victim. Continue to allow the world to control you. Property, money, prestige, power, influence, records, fucking jobs, careers, this, that. You know what I mean? Wait for somebody amazing to come in your life so that you could finally love. Like, fuck that. I ain't giving no one that kind of power over me. It's nice, Now, there are people that are, good for you in your life and that can motivate, inspire you, love you, believe in you, pump you up. But recognize that you are allowing that. There's nothing wrong with allowing goodness, the qualities of goodness, the qualities of life to open your heart. You allow your heart to be open for this good shit. But you're recognizing also that you're allowing other people to fuck you up inside. And then you're closing your heart. So no good energy comes through. So how do we work on this thing? How do we recognize this thing? What are the practices that we can do? What are the practices that we can do to learn how to keep our hearts open? Well, we do this. Recognize when you're closing it. Recognize when you're pissed off, shitty, angry, blaming the world for the way that you feel, blaming the government, blaming society, blaming cops, your probation officer, blaming people for the way that you fucking feel, blaming others. Recognize when you're doing that, and then learn how to get present and grounded for a minute and learn to release that. Release it to a higher power if you have one. Release it to the universe if you're meditating. Shift. Focus on things that are, count your blessings. That is such a powerful tool. Count your blessings. That's shit that our grandmothers told us. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. But your mind goes, no, I'm not going to count my blessings. I want to count my fears and my problems. And I want to count all the people that hurt me. And I'm going to keep it all in my heart. And then I'm going to use that for the way that I get to see this world. And this world sucks. Do you want a beautiful world to live in? Do you want to love yourself and love your life? Stop doubting yourself. Stop filling yourself up with fear, anger, hostility. Stop it. When people don't like you, or people are frustrated with you, or people are angry with you, we're going to go into this in a minute, this boundaries thing. That's between them and them. That has nothing to do with you. But we're going to talk about boundaries now. If you are dependent upon your moms, your dads, your family, your wife, your husband, you're dependent upon the government, if you're dependent upon people giving you things, then they're going to treat you like shit or treat you however the fuck they want, and you can't do nothing about it. If you're dependent upon people giving, this is why I was angry for so many years, because whenever I get out, I was dependent upon my family to provide for me. I was dependent on some girl to freaking help me. I was dependent upon fucking, like, you mean, my parole officer. I was so dependent. I didn't have my own life. I was dependent on my brother. Can I stay here? And then they would fuck me up when they would deny me. Today, I could lose the job. I could lose this. I could lose that. And I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll figure something else out. I'm not dependent. We need independence for ourselves to build our own lives. But one thing I am dependent upon, my higher power. And my higher power is love. One thing I'm dependent upon is helping others. Because if I'm not, I need others to add value to. The more value that I add, the more giving that I give to others, the more that I receive. It's a spiritual law. So let's stop blaming the world. Let's start helping the world. If you keep taking from the world's going to take from you. If you keep giving, the world will give to you. It's a universal law. But let's talk about this boundaries thing right now, because it's important about giving. Giving. You know, there's people that give all the fucking time. Give. And then everyone always shits on them. And, you know, they're like, you know, I give all the fucking, I give everything. And then I just constantly get shit on all the time. And then, you know, I'm nice to people all the time. And then they just shit on me. You know, well, they're giving from a place of expectations. They're giving from a place of people pleasing. If you give to somebody and they don't give you shit back, or they treat you like shit, then you're expecting them to be kind to you because you're giving. Those are expectations. If you give everything to your significant other all the fucking time and then you just get shit on, well, you're expecting them to be kind to you by giving. I give to a lot of homeless people that I get them up off this fucking street, and then they get loaded, and then they want to talk a bunch of shit on me, or they burn me, or they steal from me. And you know what? They just fuck themselves over. So you got to make sure what you're giving to. You got to make sure that, are you giving because it's a good thing to do, or are you giving because you expect people to be kind to you and nice to you and all this kind of shit? So the boundaries are this. Boundaries are super important. No one deserves to be treated like shit. If people are treating you like shit, cut them off. I have a lot of family members. I have a lot of families that contact me to help their son, daughter, and I go, you got to create a boundary. You know what I mean? You can't let them, if they keep stealing from you, you can't let them back in your house until they get well. You can't keep providing for them. You got to create a boundary. You can't keep solving other people's problems. You mean if they're not getting better, you can't keep solving their problems over and over and over and over again. I have family members go, oh, he just needs a job. If once he gets a job and starts working and starts building some self-esteem, then he's not going to ever use ever again. He just have to get off parole. His probation officer is so horrible. But his probation officer is horrible probably because they're getting loaded and doing nonstop bullshit. So we create boundaries. Healthy boundaries. And here, check this out. A healthy boundary is not this. You know what? You're treating me like shit. So I'm creating a boundary. I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm just creating a boundary because I'm not going to be shit on anymore. So I'm just going to create a boundary. That's not a healthy boundary. A healthy boundary is I love myself too much to allow toxic shit into my life. So I got to let you go. Please don't call me. You keep getting at me, keep jamming me up with a bunch of shit. Blocked. Keep burning me, blocked. People burn me all the time, but then, like, you know, sometimes later I'll open up the boundary and I'll say, hey, listen, I'm down to help you again. We have to create boundaries. And it's so hard because there's this weird thing that like families allow their family members to treat them like shit. First, I would treat my family like shit, and I expected them to love me no matter what because I'm their son, I'm the brother, and they have to love me. And then I would use their love against them. If you loved me, you would do this for me. If you loved me, you would do that for me. And I would use that love against them. For some reason, I think they owe me to help me because they're my family. I tell family members all the time that if you got somebody treating you like dog shit, then you must treat them like a person off the street that's treating you like shit. You wouldn't go for that. The greatest thing my mom ever did was fucking cut me off. I was not welcome in her home. No more. Nope. Took me 3 years to get back into the house. Well, to where I could even be invited. I'm glad she did that. Because if she didn't create that boundary, I would have freaking showed up. I would have fucking showed up and probably fucking ran circles around my family because I know how to do that. So boundaries are important. People treating you like shit, people trying to make you mad all the time, people frustrating the crap out of you all the time, create a boundary. If a boss is doing that on the job and just treating you like dog shit, create a boundary. Go find a new fucking job. Because what happens is if you constantly have this negative shit coming into your life over and over and over and you keep allowing it, it will lower your self-esteem. Because you'll believe that that's how you're supposed to, that's how you want to be treated. People are only as happy as they make up their minds to be. That's actually a quote. You want to be miserable? Keep thinking miserable shit. You want to be happy? Learn how to open up your heart. So, these things that keep closing our heart, they're actually things. They're things they're energy things that are going on within you. And all they are is threads of energy that's fucking pumping your heart and making you feel, and then it's making you think. It's just energy in there, man. Like, it's so... now that I've been practicing it for a few years, it's pretty simple. But so we get to step 6 and 7, right? We find out, like, you do step 4... And those of you guys that aren't in the program or don't know anything about the program, so there's a 4-step, right? And the 4th step is we take moral inventory. We find out all the people that hurt us and wronged us and did us dirty. And then we find out, and then the people that we did dirty, and we find out these negative energies that got created and we kept and held on to them inside of our spirit, inside of the energy of our heart. And then you find out that, yeah, that person did that, that made you angry. That person did that, that made you angry. That person did that, that made you angry. Oh, that person, so they created pride, and you hurt these people, and you did that, and all this pride. So you get the names of your negative energies that exist within you. And they're usually like the 7 deadly sins: anger, gluttony, lust, sloth, envy, greed, pride, procrastination, selfishness. These are the negative energies that a sponsor will pull out from a 4-step. They'll do it on the 5th step. And you'll find out that anger or hate or fear is one of your major character defects. And then as you go through the day, you will be reminded, or you will re-feel this fear, and then you will pause, recognize that it ain't the lack of money that's making you afraid. It's the fear of lack of money that's making you afraid. And that came from the past somewhere. So you'll recognize that as an energy within that is existing within you, and then you will release that. You will dismiss that. Release that. Prayer, meditation, awareness, refocus. Turn that frown upside down. However you want to do it. You be aware of it, and then you let it go. You think that's easy to do when someone pisses you off and you feel self-righteous anger to be super shitty to other people, and that you have a right to be shitty. You have a right to be angry. That was so fucked up and the whole world will agree with you. Try to let that anger go. Hard to do. But here's the deal. Creating that negative energy thread that is within you and then just making it grow inside of you is killing you. Because that is the road to unhappiness. Keep looking around at life for the things that upset you. Keep pointing out the flaws in the government. Keep pointing out the flaws in Facebook. Keep pointing out the flaws of other people. Keep fucking pointing out the negatives in people, places, and things. Keep doing that all day. And then keep finding the negatives within you. That's the road to misery. That's the road to unhappiness. That's also the road to relapse. That's also the road to drugs and alcohol. So we learn to identify, use awareness to identify these negative things that are happening within us. And then recognizing it, that it's me manifesting that, it's me experiencing anger. It's me experiencing this that I am creating within me. And I need to release that. I gotta stop tripping on the world. You gotta stop tripping on the world and needing the world to make you happy. Needing the right job, the right amount of money, the right person. You gotta stop needing the world to supply your happiness. When you have all the happiness that exists within you, but you don't know how to do it because you're covering it up and you're blaming the world for your unhappiness, then you have to wait for the world to deliver you happiness. That says I have no power, I have no control, I can't freaking do nothing. Someone said, where do you find courage in step 4? Well, it takes a lot of fucking courage to write down on a piece of paper every single person that ever fucked you over. Writing down every horrible fucking thing that ever happened to you. That takes a lot of courage. That's why most people don't want to do it. Most people, the ego inside the head says, no, that's not going to bring me happiness. To write down on a piece of paper and revisit all the emotional fucking gnarly traumas of my life. Because the ego wants to control you and win. And remember, that ego thing inside of you is the thing that told you to snort this, smoke this, flake on that job, don't do this, don't go to work in the morning, you lie, steal, cheat. Remember, that's the ego that told you all that shit. That is your infected ego. Actually, the ego can be a good thing, but when we're infected with fear and drama and we don't have happiness in our lives, then the ego takes the control of the negatives. It takes a lot of, where did you find courage in step 4? It's all over there. A fearless moral searching, a fearless and moral searching in, what is it? I'm like fucking up right now. I'm so stupid.
Fearless and moral searching inventory.
Step 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. That is so weird. You know what? One time I freaking was talking about the serenity prayer. I mean, it's like I got 10 years sober, right? So I'm doing a group and I'm talking about the serenity prayer and I could not remember it for shit. And I've said it 10,000 times. All of a sudden I got like weird. I'm like, God, grant, just like I was fucking up the 4th step. That is so badass. I love that. But the deal is with the courage. It takes courage to write down all that crap. It takes courage to build an inventory. Fearless. So that's where that was. But we get the courage to be able to do that when we do step 1, 2, and 3. You know? When you start surrendering to that egoic pride that wants to hold on to everything. I need to watch and listen again. I wish I could have recorded this. Oh, I think it's available. It's available, right?
Mm-hmm. After it's done, it'll be.
Yeah, yeah. After it's done, after this is done, it's available on. It just keeps running through. I don't know what platform you guys got.
He's on Facebook.
On Facebook. On Facebook, it runs on there, not TikTok.
TikTok and YouTube.
Oh, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So yeah. So hey, Dion, you could watch this again. Yeah. Okay, where was I? Talking about the heart, talking about blame, talking about quite a few things, you know? It's an inside job, you guys. It's an inside job. It's an inside job. It's an inside job. You don't see life as it actually is. You see life how you are, based upon the energies that are operating within your heart center. Don't blame life anymore, man. We'll go through some shit. We will. But don't just, that's not the sum of all of you. You know what I mean? Everything in you when you're angry and frustrated, and that kind of shit poisons you. And am I saying never get angry, never get mad because it's a bad thing, and I never get angry and I never get mad? No, I'm not saying that. I get frustrated, I get irritated, but something that I don't do is stew all day on it. That's what I don't do. Usually, when a situation arises where I could feel myself get irritated, nope, I am not going to choose that energy to fuck myself up. No, it's like spiritual kung fu, but it takes time to practice the spiritual kung fu to keep the negativity away from you. It takes practice. When I am disturbed, practice. When I'm shitty, practice. Recognize it's you making you shitty. It's you making you shitty. It's not the world making you shitty. It's you making you shitty. Okay, that's an energy that I'm creating within me. Okay, can I turn this around? Can I open my heart? Can I experience this not so cool situation in another light with another attitude? Shift, release, or wait for that situation or circumstance to change so that you could be happy, and then you got to wait forever. That doesn't work. All right, you guys. Hey, we're going to get into some of this stuff right now. Okay, let's go to the celebrations and shout-outs. Shout-out time. Here we go. You know what's funny? Is people have watched me on this or they've heard me speak and they're like, that guy sounds angry. That guy sounds pissed off. That's so funny because I'm not. It's just I'm very passionate about this and I want to shout this shit from the rooftops as loud and with as much energy as I possibly can because I want people to know that you can change. I want you to know that you can change. That no matter how stuck or how fucked up it is right now, you're a human being, and a human being is so amazing. The human being is a masterpiece of creation, but you just don't know how to change by yourself. If you knew how to do that, you would have been doing it. That's why we need help. That's why we need others. That's why like this 12-step stuff works, because there's millions of people doing it, and they have transformed their entire existence. I'm not an unusual case. I just practiced some shit that I was taught and I applied it to my life and it transformed my life. But the pride has to come down to do that. If you still think you're strong enough to beat the game alone, that is your affair. If you still think you can get your shit together all by yourself and you don't need anybody to help you get your shit together, well, keep handling that. Some people can. Some people operate in a way where they practice spiritual principles on the natch. And they can get their shit together on their own. Great. But there's millions of people like me that could not get my shit together on my own. And it took years of banging my head into a brick wall to finally recognize that I can't do it myself. I need guidance. I need suggestion. I need to learn. I got so many books, and I need a sponsor to show me how to win at life. I need winners to show me how to win because I can't figure it out by myself, and I never will. All right, you guys, that's what I got on that. Will Countryman at the sober spot. I'm 6 months sober after 20 years of using. Thank you for all you do. No, thank you, Will Countryman. 6 months sober after 20 years of screwing yourself. So here's the deal, Will. You were stubborn too. It took time, man. It took time and it took some pain and it took some suffering. But now you got freaking 6 freaking badass months. How rad is that? I salute you. Badass. Thanks, Will. Eric Swanson, sober since 7/21/2004. You got 22 freaking years, man. One day at a time, watching from Maine. Hey, thank you, Eric. Look at you got 22 years. Oh, you'll have 22 years in July. Hey, you got 21 years. That's so badass. And you know what? Like, I know that there's some people out there that look at that. They're like, there ain't no way that guy ain't smoked a joint or drank a beer or something. You know, that's too impossible. But me and you, right here, right now, and some of the people watching, we know that's real shit. Fuck yeah. That's so badass. Thank you, brother. Craig, love you. Here's Sydney, Australia. In Sydney, the land down under. Hey, Craig, thank you so much for chiming in right now. That's so great. One day I'll get out there. I don't know if my record is freaking good enough. You know what I mean? I haven't had any issues in 15 years. No law stuff, so my record's actually pretty immaculate. But I know that they kind of they look back years. I don't know, but one day I'll get out there and maybe I'll see you, Craig. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. Maria, hi. 19 years clean and sober from meth in April. It wasn't easy, but it is definitely worth it. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, nothing great in life is going to come easy. No, it is like we got to battle lots of fears and insecurities and frustrations and boredom and irritability. Yeah, but that's what makes it freaking so worth it. Hell yeah, we got to go through some suffering to get here. So that's so badass. Thank you, Maria. 19 years. Awesome. Thank you. Doug Hawkins. Hell yeah, almost 3 years clean. Booyah! You got over 2 years. Oh, we have this thing. You have 2 years solid. I'm kidding. Yeah, you almost got 3 years, so that's badass. 3 years. So, Doug, you made a big old change in your life, right? And your life does not resemble anything of your old life. You got 3 freaking years making shit happen. I salute you. Stupid Tamang. Stupid Tamanga. Tamana. I'm stupid. Stupid. I'm sorry. I am so freaking sorry that I read your name wrong. Hey, stupid. Hey, check this out. You got 11 months, 7 days clean, and you're from Nepal. You're from Nepal. I love that a lot. That's like the Dalai Lama and a lot of Buddhism and yeah, that just touches my heart. Hey, thank you so much, Supa. I apologize about your name. That was horrible. But thank you so much. I'm so glad you have almost a year sober, and that is bad ass. Super cool. You got almost a year. Rad. Peter Morin. I have heard that inside job many times. It's great to hear it again, to remember how things change. Hello from San Jose. Right back at you. It is an inside. Everything's an inside job. It's your life. You want to be happy? Well, that's inside of you. That you got to find it. It's in there. You want to love yourself? It's in there. We got to freaking let go of the pain of the past to find it. It's all inside. I mean, look at it. It's all inside like this. If it's shitty in here, in my insides, if it's shitty, sad, depressed, lonely, scared in here, then life out here looks shitty. But if it's great in here, life out here looks great. It's not what you think about life, it's how you feel about life. How you feel. When someone asks, hey, how's it going? You don't automatically go into your brain and go, well, I'm thinking all these fucking little things. No, there's a second there where you go into your heart center and you're like, how am I doing? And you check how you're feeling. And then you either Hey, I'm doing really good. But you check and you're like, no, I'm feeling like shit in here. But hey, I'm doing really good. But you check here first. It's how you. This is where you feel. This is the most powerful engine that you have. This is the masterpiece of creation. Your heart. It's where you feel. Hey, thank you so much, Peter. Emily, hey, tomorrow I celebrate 200 days clean. 200. Emily, 200 days clean. How rad is that? That's 100 plus 100. You got 200 days. That's in the drug addict's life, like 200 days is so. I mean, those of you guys that like maybe don't understand, but 200 days is a long fucking time to go from day one to 200 days without screwing around. That is like humongous. That is a huge accomplishment. Thank you so much, Emily. Congratulations tomorrow for your 200 days. Travis TNT. He is dynamite. Travis TNT. 2 years clean, March 21st. Praise God and Narcotics Anonymous. Hell yeah. 2 years, 24 months. That is a long time. Hell yeah. Thank God. The 12 steps, right? Handle that shit. Yeah, I love NA, AA, CA, CMA. I love 12-step programs because of the 12 steps. It's not the drugs and alcohol that fucked us up. It's us that fucked us up out of fear. And that's so badass. Hey, thank you, Travis, so much. Thanks for chiming in, and thank you for sharing your recovery with us. Awesome. Hey, you guys, I'm sorry that I can't get to everybody, but yeah, but keep asking questions. If you guys have questions about recovery, questions about spirituality, any of these things, please put them in the comments. And then we'll review the comments during the week. If you have just random questions during the week, we'll review those comments and we'll post them up here. And then I'll do my best to answer what I can next Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Thank you so much. Matthew, we're going to answer a couple questions real quick. Matthew Guerin, how can I be more present? Ooh, that's a great one. So check it out, Matt. I'll check it out, everybody. There's a gateway to presence. Okay, there's a gateway to being present. A couple different gateways, but I'm going to share with you one gateway right now. Please do this with me, okay? I want you to breathe in really deep. Breathe in right now, and then hold it at the top. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And those of you guys that already got there, I want you to exhale. Close your eyes. Breathe in again. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Hold it at the top. Everyone there, hold it at the top. And exhale. Go back to normal breathing. And just listen to the world around you. Just listen to the world around you. Air conditioners, birds, people talking, the TV. Just listen. Now take your awareness and focus it on the center of your chest. Feel your heartbeat in the center of your chest. Now take your awareness and feel the temperature of the room that you're in. Now take your awareness and feel the weight of you touching the ground or a chair or in your seat. Now focus on the center of your chest again. And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Hold it at the top. And exhale everything. Now open your eyes. If you guys did that with me, that is being present. Using your senses that exist in the present moment. Not all the thinking machine stuff. Using your hearing. Using your feeling. Smelling. Maybe make some incense. Smell. Using your senses in the present moment and taking your awareness to those senses without a bunch of verbal words. Do that 10 times a day. Do that when you're in your head tripping on a bunch of stupid shit. Just all of a sudden take your awareness, focus on the center of your chest, and breathe in and feel your heartbeat. Take a couple deep breaths. And then when you come out of it, normally your mind will want to chew on that same garbage. But you keep feeling the center of your chest. You keep feeling your breath. Keep coming back, keep coming back. That negative thought will start to go away. And then the more you practice this, the more badass that you get. You can go through some gnarly shit and get centered and still be okay. Because when you're centered in the present moment, everything's okay. It's just your mind that tells you they're not. Okay, Matthew Guerin. That's how you could be more present. Take that 1 minute a couple times a day. Meditate. Learn meditation. Oh, I'm going to share something with you guys. There's a gal that, and her and her dude, it's called Boho Beautiful. I came across their meditations, and she is a freaking badass. Boho Beautiful on YouTube. They got 5-minute meditations, 10-minute meditations, 15-minute meditations, and 20-minute meditations. And she is really on point. And if you want to do some guided meditations, go to Boho Beautiful. B-O-H-O Beautiful, and check some of those meditations out. Do one of those each freaking day. Do a silent meditation if you can, because remember, the silent meditations are difficult because your mind, remember, sitting there thinking about shit is not meditation. That's called thinking. So I strongly suggest you do some guided meditations to begin with. And also, last thing is this. Okay, if you're interested in the Fearless 36, if you're really interested on doing 6 spiritual practices that only take a couple minutes each day to really get present, 6, because you can think about all this shit all day long, but if you're not practicing anything, you're not going to get any results. You could think about going to the gym, you could think about getting stronger, you could think about dieting, all you freaking want, but that doesn't do shit. If you actually diet, if you actually go to the gym, if you actually do some actions, you will improve. So Fearless 36 is 6 spiritual practices that we're going to do. It's mindfulness, it's a little walking, it's a little journaling, it's a little meditation. Each day, reading a little affirmation, repeating a little mantra each day, an affirmation each day. 6 easy things. But there's something for every single day. All 36 days has a little something each day. And if you want to join me on that, that's for 36 days in a row, no days off. It's called Fearless 36, and you will get centered. You will get more present if you practice this stuff. All right, that's at thesoberspot.com for more information on that. And enrollment is open. It's going to close in a couple days, and then we won't be able to take any more people because I can't take everybody that signs up. We can only have it for a few people at a time. So thank you guys so much for everything. And thanks for being in my life. I know that you're all over the world right now, but you're in my life. This is why I like doing this stuff live, because right here, right now, our hearts and minds are together in this moment. The distance doesn't matter. Be on the other side of the planet, but we're here together right now. And so it's pretty freaking cool. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Do I have anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I salute you. Have a wonderful or enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.